Hello, my friends. It's Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping. Welcome into another episode of Teach Me Tuesday. Today, I'm actually sharing with you a kit from the annual catalog that I think can easily get lost in the shuffle if you're not really paying attention. It's right in the beginning of the annual catalog, and it's a super fun and trendy kit. It's very simple. All you're doing is doing the lettering and a little bit of stamping, but very, very quick and easy. But what I love about it is it's teaching you how to do calligraphy or brush lettering. I think it's probably more like brush lettering. I don't think, because I did take a calligraphy class quite some time ago with the fabulous Sandy Bergio. And I think some of the techniques that's shown in this kit aren't full-fledged calligraphy, but they're more like brush lettering, but I could be wrong. But it's called Calligraphy Essentials. And so in the kit, you get all the supplies to make 16 cards. You get the cardstock, the little labels, and some sequins, as well as some really cute coordinating envelopes. And you get a bunch of practice sheets for your lettering, and I'll show you those a little bit in a minute. But I wanted to show this kit because it's super fun, and you could use it for a multitude of things. You could use this for titles and scrapbooking. You could use it for if you're into journaling or bullet journaling, any of that kind of stuff. It would be great to learn this technique because you could then transfer it to other crafty projects. So in addition to what comes in the kit, you'll also need the Calligraphy Essentials card stamp set. Possibly, if you get really good at it, you might not even need to stamp this, but this is great because you can stamp the outline of the word and then just fill it in with your brush strokes. You'll need some dimensionals. You'll also need the duo, the marker duo that's on the same page as the kit for Coastal Cabana and Lovely Lipstick. And so, let's go ahead and show you how to do this. So first up, I already popped out the 4 different sized tags from the kit. And actually, before you even did that, although I'm going to do it first because I do want to give it enough time to dry. So you're going to stamp actually in Pool Party. Oh, and this was the other thing you need was Pool Party ink and Blushing Bride ink. So a light pink and a light blue. And they're not the ones that completely match these colors. They're actually just slightly off from those colors, a little bit lighter, so that you can blend them together so you won't see them. So I'm going to actually put Smile on this block, and I'm going to stamp it in the Blushing Bride on the little oval tag. And it tells you right in the kit which ones, and you can just look at the pictures to see which ones get stamped in which colors and on which tags. So I'm just going to set that aside. The other one that is in the pink is the Thank You. So I'm going to take the Thank You and we'll put that on here. And that's going to go on this big long one. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in the middle. Now you could obviously stamp this in a black ink and just use this as is. This stamp is actually, the set itself is actually really great for just a regular everyday stamp set. So it's definitely one that would find value in your craft room. Now I'm going to switch to the blue, and I'm going to stamp the hello in Pool Party and set that aside. And then I'm also going to stamp Celebrate in blue on this last little one here. This one's a little bit tighter of a fit, but it does fit. So there you go. You've got your stamped images. This one's actually wonky, but you get extra labels, so I'm going to practice with that one anyway, but you get extra of each of these, so you can actually, if you mess up, you can try it again. I'm actually going to work with the blue probably in the video because I'm actually better with the blue marker instead of the pink one. I think the pink one is less stiff for some reason. I don't know if it's just this marker or if it's just the color, but this one's a little bit stiffer, so it actually is easier to manipulate and to maneuver. You do want to use the paintbrush end when you're doing this, not the thin end, but the good thing is that because we do have this thin end, if you kind of don't hit it right on the mark the first time, you can kind of go in and fill in any spots that you messed up after the fact with that thin end. So this does not have to be a direct science, like a really exact science. You can totally play with it and just have fun. And I think the key is to not stress so much about it when you're actually doing the writing. Is just kind of let it flow as naturally as you can. And definitely practice beforehand. So it starts with it gives you all of these extra little practice sheets, which shows you how to draw the letters in which way. So like you start up and over and then down. So it kind of gives you by the arrows which way you're supposed to start with this stroke. So these are just strokes, and it tells you at the bottom of these. So you want to practice these first because those are basic strokes. Page 2 is basic strokes. 3 is the start of the letters, and it starts with the letters that are the easiest and then moves on to the harder letters at the end. So the ones on the very last page are going to be your trickiest letters and special characters. So it really gives you a lot of practice. So let's just kind of roll through one of these here. Let's start with some of the easy stuff. I didn't do all of them. L actually is pretty simple. I'll do it in the pink, although just because I want it to be every other. But the pink is, I find, a little bit less easy. And again, it may just be this particular marker. It just doesn't feel as stiff, so it doesn't seem to work as easily for me. But when it's thin, you're going to use the tip of your marker, not the very tip. You don't want to hold it this way because you'll make the end of your marker really frayed, but you're just going to use the very tip of it and go very lightly up and around. And then if you want it thicker, you're going to push a little bit harder. And then you'll come around and lift it up. And I totally missed on that, but that's what the practice is for. So you're just going to go up and around, then push a little bit harder, and then up. And I'm just following the arrows here. So it tells me to start here, so really light, and I'm still not light enough. See, this one's not as easy to manipulate. And then really light with that. That one looks better. So really light to start, and push a little bit harder, and then we get that thicker band. And the more you do it, the easier it does get. So you could keep practicing, and you could practice on, without it too. So you can see, oops, I did that off the screen, but you can actually practice off of your, like on your grid paper instead. So you can just kind of follow the track, and you would be able to keep practicing. And I'm still not perfect, but you get the idea. So it's really kind of fun that you can play with it a little bit. Let's try the, let's try the blue one. See if I do any better on that one, because I feel like the pink one's harder. So this one's going to start thick and move to thin. So see, I do much better with this one. Start thick and then move. And this one, I can get right into a nice little rhythm. So you could obviously change the colors too. If you find that you were better with one color over the other, you could certainly switch that out. But as you can see, that went much smoother. Okay, so now once you've practiced enough, we're going to take the stamped image, and we're going to actually go ahead and do this for real. So I'm going to try not to stress too much. Thick, then thin, thick, thin. Oops, I was supposed to start up here. I totally messed that up, but that's all right, we'll fill it in. Start up here. I did practice, but I did that wrong. That's okay. And then thin, and we're going to come back and connect those. So it's habit. You want to kind of go right into it, but you're actually going to, you want to stick to the arrows that they teach you in the practice sheet. So for the arrows in the practice sheet, you actually start over here. So you start thin, thick, and around, and then go back for that. And I missed, so I'm going to fill that in. So you can see I'm not perfect at all, but I did find the hello a little bit easier. So there you go. Not too bad, right? Let's try the celebrate. It's a little trickier. So I'm going to start, I'm hoping you can see this and that my hand's not in the way. But I'm going to start here and go thick. And then again, you come over here. So it's really kind of fun because you're teaching yourself a new skill at the same time as stamping, and it's very, very simple based here. It's not, you could be a new stamper and do this as well and just get the hang of this brush stroke lettering. And you want to just keep in mind the little arrows on your test sheet, so it will tell you how you should go about approaching each letter. And then I'm going back when I probably shouldn't, but I'm filling in where I miss, which is the beauty of this. It's kind of like you have a little guideline here with those letters pre-stamped. You could also wing it if you wanted to. So there you go. So you've got celebrate and hello. And then of course you would do the same thing with these. Let's go ahead and give this one a whirl. Like I said, I'm not as good with the pink, but let's go ahead and give it a whirl. And I didn't actually practice S that much, so I'm not even sure if I did that in the right order. I know the M does go this way. But like I said, I have a harder time with this pink color. The lovely lipstick. I practiced L a lot, so I did that really well. But it's kind of fun. It's really kind of cathartic, I think. Just kind of relaxing to sit and play and doodle. If you like to doodle. There you go. And so then I could just, like I said now, because this one looks really messy, I could go in and kind of fill in some of these spots and just make it look a little smoother. Because I didn't do as well with that one. But that's the beauty of these double-tipped markers, is now I can fix it till I'm happy. Once you do that, it's really simple for the actual cards. We're going to, what did I do with them? You get the card bases here. So there's 4 different ones. And you're just going to use your bone folder and give those a nice crease. And of course, you could step these up quite a bit, add some ribbon or add some other pieces of cardstock, and I may do that on some of the other ones because the basic cards are pretty simple. I'm not going to assemble all of them for you, but I will assemble one. I'll assemble this one because I did this one and I think it came out okay. So this is the Celebrate one. So all you do to assemble the actual card is grab some dimensionals. I put like a dimensional in each corner. And of course, you could use any color markers you wanted too. So these are available in a 2-pack. Otherwise, you have to buy our markers in sets of 10. But you can get these as a 2-pack, so it's a little bit more affordable, and it obviously coordinates with the kit. So that's why I went with that. But you could use any markers you wanted. You just want to make sure it's a brush tip or a calligraphy tip. If you're actually a calligrapher, you could certainly use calligraphy pens for sure, but this is nice because it's all coordinated together. And it also comes with a pack of, or a sheet of the adhesive backed sequins, but I have lost mine. I opened this kit a while ago and then didn't play with it right away, so I don't know where the sequins went. So I'm gonna go ahead and just steal some of these glitter enamel dots and use some of those because I had those hanging around. And then I can use those for the little embellishment. And that's it. It's perfectly simple, very cute. Let's see what the envelope is that matches this. I think it's this one. How cute is that, right? Very easy, very simple, and it's kind of fun to play with the littering. So hopefully you like this as much as I do. I will put all the supplies that you need for this, the project kit, the ink pads, the dimensionals, all that kind of stuff, the markers. I'll put all of the numbers and codes below just in case you decide you want to give it a try. It's not a very expensive kit. I want to say, and I should have looked that up, I think the kit itself is only like $21 or $25, and then you just need to add in the additional little elements. So it's kind of a super fun project to bring to a crop or bring to a one-day event where you're just going to be doing some crafting for the day or something, or just to do on a rainy weekend day or afternoon. So just thought I would point that out to you because the kits are really great, especially if you're new and just starting out. So thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next time for Teach Me Tuesday. Have a great week.